Hello. Today we're going to talk about the Wild Unknown Archetypes by Kim Krans. This is an oracle deck, very unique oracle deck. I did buy this one used and I have used it a lot, so you're going to see a lot of wear, and apparently one of my dog's hairs there we go. So I love the packaging. Look at the inside of the lid here. Reject none, accept all. So let's start by taking a look at the guidebook. Okay, so the guidebook does have all of the cards numbered, so they're easy to find. However, if you struggle with Roman numerals, you might have a little bit of trouble with this one because it is done by Roman numerals. However, if you look in the front here, it does have all of the numbers here. So when you're flipping through, you'll see the cards are done by Roman numeral. This tells you the numbers of the cards, what they are, and what page they are on. So it's super helpful. A little bit about the deck here. I highly recommend, again, every time you get an oracle deck, read what's in the book. This is really beautiful. It kind of just gives you the vibe and lets you know what to expect. I also like doing a deck interview every time I have a new deck. So the art, the font, and everything, very unique here. If you have any other Kim Krans decks, you may be familiar. So this deck is split up. There's so much information in here. Like, I can't even get to everything. And there are some suggested spreads in here as well. Like, we haven't even gotten to the cards yet. Okay, so hello cards. Where do they begin? Okay. First section we have is the selves. The selves. So parts of us, the mother, the father, the starborn, the eternal child, the orphan. There are so many different ones, and they show a picture, black and white, of the card here, so you can see what it looks like in the guidebook. Now, every page for every card has the name, has just kind of a little highlight of what the card is. Then here's the big description you're going to want to read. But then we've got some notes about the archetype here. Here, you have to flip the deck around. And then it also, at the bottom, has when it's light, when it's dark. So within your reading, you can kind of decide how that works. And then a way to go deeper. A lot of times it will recommend songs, albums, books, movies, things like that, that you can use to go deeper within it. So there's a lot to take in with each and every card. This deck can take a while to get to know pretty well. So we have all of the selves. Again, they're all in Roman numerals, so they look really fancy. The unseen, the shadow, the self, the one. Then we get to the places, the place archetypes. Places like the heart, the cave, the river, the empty room. So we have the place archetypes here. And again, there's a big description for each one. Then we have the tools, the flame. And again, you can read here. We've got all of this on the sides, the light, the dark, how to go deeper, the tear, the riddle, the vision, the ring, the nectar, the kiss, the mask, the sword, the venom, the seed, the stone, the vessel, and then finally the initiations. Eros, which is love is desire, eroticism, and sensuality. Agape, which is devotion, unconditional love. Thanatos, which is death. Apocalypsis, which is removing the veil of deception. Gnosis, innermost knowing, mystic truths. Kairos, mythic time, synchronicity. Aletheia, truth. And Anima Mundi, the soul of the world, all that is. So I'll read a little bit just from the Anima Mundi card here. It says, Anima Mundi epitomizes the principle accept all, reject none. Simply put, it is the living soul of the world in all its multifaceted, multidimensional layers, bonded together by loving cosmic forces. It says, when light tending to the sacred details of life, when dark overwhelmed by the bigness of existence. To go deeper, alchemal drawings of Anima Mundi, the life and paintings of Hilma of Clint. I don't know who that is. I'll need to look that up. It says Anima Mundi is the energy beyond the world card in the tarot deck. Both carry themes of universal unity, completeness, and embrace. So this is the guidebook. Now we have the cards, which come in this beautiful little container. And yes, they are all circular, which I love, love, love. Oh, I love this one, the empty room. So you can see there is a lot of color in these cards. I like the matte feel to these. They have a nice thickness to them. The Creator, the Crone. So if you're new to this deck, you can read intuitively. I think the names of the cards along with the imagery does lend enough to kind of use your intuition. However, this is another one where I often like to use the guidebook just because, again, it is jam-packed with information. It's kind of like the deck is your mentor and it's teaching you something, the shadow. But the artwork is just beautiful. The womb, the thread, look at that imagery, the pilgrim. So I really do enjoy this deck. It's just really unique. It's really different. And honestly, I like that it's circular. Call me crazy. But I just think that's really cool. And they are like an okay size for shuffling. So if you want to do like a traditional shuffle, you can this way. You can also hold them. I mean, I have a little bit bigger hands, but you can shuffle them that way. You could also just, spread them out and pick one that way if you're struggling with hand size. Kim Krans has made other decks, including a tarot deck. I have a miniature version of the tarot deck. So if you've seen that imagery before, this is what the tarot deck looks like. Again, this is the miniature version. So if that art style looks familiar to you, you probably have seen another Kim Krans deck. So again, this one, I don't vibe with it for like every reading. It's not my everyday deck, but when I need a lot of extra insight, when I really want to sit and dig deep, this is one that I definitely turn to. I actually used it this year in my year ahead readings for myself. I usually draw a tarot card and a couple of oracle cards for each month of the year. And this was one of the decks that I used for that. Very insightful. And again, when I'm feeling stuck with my intuition, the guidebook does give a lot of extra information. So I will say it's a good deck if you're feeling stuck, if you're not up for kind of tapping into your intuition and you just kind of want to be told what the vibe is. This is a really great deck for that. So then that's the Wild Unknown Archetypes. The Wild Unknown Archetypes. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this deck review. And if you get this deck, let me know how you like it. Bye.